Now we will discuss about dynamically typed and statically typed languages. Dynamically typed and statically typed languages. Okay, right. So first of all, let us see here statically typed languages. Statically typed languages, right? So in these languages, if you want to create a variable, that variable we should initialize before. That variable we should declare with a required data type, right? For example, I want to create a variable name, right? Suppose I want to create a variable contact number, right? This variable should be declared before using it. That means int contact number. Then contact number equal to, we can take some number, some integer number like this. Contact number means, so before using a variable, it should be declared with a proper data type. So here for contact, the contact number variable is declared by using integer type, int data type, right? Then we should enter only integer only now. We should enter only integer only, because for contact number we have specified integer. Okay. Next one, if I take another variable, suppose I am taking here employee name. I am taking here employee name, right? So these variables also should be declared before using it, right? I am declaring suppose I am taking here string. I am taking now string employee name, then employee name equal to we can take suppose Kumar, for example. You can take the name Kumar. Okay, we should take the name Kumar. So here also the variable employee name is declared with a proper data type. As for the data type, this value is assigned. This value is assigned as per the data type. Okay, so these are the okay. So here, if you write this type of variables in any language, then that is called a statically typed language. If you declare a variable like this, first of all defining the data type, then assigning the value. Here also, first of all, we are specifying the data type and assign the value, right? This format of variables, if you use in any language, that language is called statically typed languages, right? The examples of these languages, right? C, C++, Java, right? Java, like Scala, like this. So these all are which one? Statically typed languages, because in these all the languages we define the variables in this format. First giving the data type, then assign the value. Again giving the data type and assign the value. Okay, so these are the statically typed languages. Now when you come to the dynamically typed languages, so in this case, if I want to take the contact number, then directly you can take it and assign the value. That's all. It's enough. Here we don't take a int contact number, string name like this. Directly we can use the variable without defining or declaring in advance. Okay, that is the contact number. For example, I take the same. I am taking here same employee name. For example, I am taking here same employee name, right? I am taking here same employee name like this, right? So if you observe the difference between statically typed and dynamically typed, right? So in the statically typed, first of all we are defining the data type and then assigning the value to the variable, right? But here we are not declaring with a proper data type. Directly we are assigning the value. We are assigning the value directly to a variable. Same, I have taken the value Kumar to the employee name variable without defining with the proper data type. So in this case, the data type will be decided at runtime based on the value, right? So here integer number is given, integer number is assigned, then at runtime the interpreter will decide this is a integer type or data type. And also at runtime when it is executing, the string value will assign to this variable. At that time the interpreter will decide employee name is a string type, right? That's why here in the dynamical type languages the data type will be checked, will be assigned, will be defined at runtime based on the user values, but in statically typed languages, so at compile time only it will check the data type, and based on the data type then the value will be given to the variable, right? So the examples of this dynamical type languages, the examples are here. The first one, Python language, then right, next one Groovy is there, Groovy language. Next one simply PHP language. We can take JavaScript. These all are the examples of which one, dynamically typed languages, right? So I repeat again, just observe guys here, statically typed, right? Statically typed and dynamically typed, right? Dynamically typed. In the statically typed, so we are taking the 2 lines, for example 2 lines for a single variable, right? In the first line, right, type is specifying, right? Type is specifying. In the second line, right, value is assigned. Okay, so in the first case so here in the first case what happened here? In this case, first case type specified, right? Type specified. The second case, in the second case value given, right? Suppose value given, for example, or value assigned, right? But here in case of dynamical type language, only one line. In that one line directly what we are giving here, we are giving value. So we are giving value directly, right? So here only one value, here only, right, here only one line. There also directly we are giving value, right? We are giving value directly here. We are giving value. Then what about the type? What about the type here? The type will be checked at the runtime. The type will be declared by the interpreter at runtime, right? Just observe, I am taking here second work, right? So type will be right declared by interpreter at a runtime, based on the given value, right? So see the main difference here. Here first type is there, here second type is there. Here second value and here you the first value. Okay, that is the main difference between statically typed and dynamically typed languages. Okay, right. Now let us see here one more thing, that is strongly typed and weakly typed languages. Now we will see here strongly typed and weakly typed language. Right, languages. Sorry. Strongly typed and weakly typed languages, right? So here again, what are the strongly typed and what are the weakly typed languages, right? See, in strong, first of all, let us see here strongly typed languages, right? Strongly typed languages. So in these languages, variables are bound to a specific data type. In these languages, variables are bound to a specific data type. That means, suppose I am trying to concatenate two string values. I am taking a Python, right? Then I am taking here Narayana, right? Then here it will not return any error because both are same data types. Specific data type, right? Both belong to a specific data type. That's why. So here the output will be like Python, right? Narayana, like this. Okay. Next one. If I take two integers, I am taking here 10 plus 20, and here also the output will be 30, because here also both the values belongs to a specific data type. That's why here concatenation and addition is happening, right? Suppose if I take here Python plus 10. If I take Python plus 10, I am trying to take different types of data types for addition operation, right? In this case, it will not accept. The strong type languages will not accept this type of addition or concatenation. So here error will come. It will return error. Right? So in the strong type languages, the variables are bound to a specific data type. Means both the values must belongs to a specific data type only. If you try to take the different data types, different types of values for concatenation or addition, then it will return error. This type of languages are called strongly typed languages. Right? The strongly typed languages will allow same type of values to perform the either addition or concatenation operations, like and it will not allow different types of values to perform these operations, like arithmetic operations, right? So the examples of these languages, are same. First Python, Java also strong type language, Java, C sharp, right? C sharp, okay, Scala. These all are strongly typed languages, strongly typed languages. Means either in Python, Java, in these languages, same type of values can be concatenated, but different types of values cannot be concatenated, cannot be added. That's why these languages are called strongly typed languages, right? Next one, coming to the weakly typed languages. Weakly typed languages, right? So in these languages, I am trying to take Python plus suppose Narayana, right? It will accept and displays commonly Python Narayana. I am taking same 10 plus 20, it will accept and it will return 30. Suppose I am giving Python plus 10. Here they will allow this type of concatenation also, right? Simply it displays Python 10. That's all. It displays Python 10, right? Python 10. It displays Python 10 here. Okay. That's why in these languages, here variables are not bound to a specific language, right? A specific data type. Variables are not bound to a specific data type. Means we can take any two types of values also. It performs the operations. Then they are called. So if any language allows performing these operations between two different types of values, then that language is called weakly typed language, right? For that one, the examples are C, right? C++, JavaScript, right? Like PHP. These all are the examples of weakly typed languages. Weakly typed languages, right? Okay, right. So now we have discussed 4 words, right? The first one we have discussed first statically typed, right? Next one dynamically typed, right? Next strongly typed and weakly typed, right? So these 4 words we discussed now. Now let us see. Right. Just observe guys here. Right. I'm going to take those 4 names here. The first one I am taking here strongly, right? Typed language. I am taking the first name, strongly typed language. Right. Next one, I am going to take here weakly typed language, weakly typed language. Next, let us see here dynamically. Now let us see here dynamically typed language. Right, and here we will take statically, right, remaining one statically typed language. Okay, right. So right guys, just observe here, I'll decrease the font size. I am deleting some data. Right guys, now where is the Python? Just observe here. Now where is the Python? See, Python is there here, and also we can see Python is there here, right? Python is there under the strongly typed, right? Python is there under the dynamically typed. Okay, so like this. Next one, you can observe here. Suppose JavaScript, right? You can observe here JavaScript is there under the dynamically typed, and here under the weakly typed, right? Weakly typed. On these combinations, we will see this picture. Okay, right. So what are the strongly? See, this area belongs to strongly and dynamically typed languages, right? And this area belongs to strongly and statically typed languages, and this area belongs to statically and weakly typed languages, and this area belongs to dynamically and weakly typed languages. Okay, so when you come to this first place, for example, right? So here, what are the dynamically and strong languages? The first example is the Python language, right? Python is a strongly and dynamically typed languages. Okay, next one, Ruby also strongly and dynamically typed languages, and we can take here Groovy is there, right? Groovy is there, and Erlang also is there. Erlang, okay, like this. So these are the languages which are example for strongly typed and dynamically typed languages. Okay, next one in this section. So here strongly and statically typed languages, you can take C#, right? Next one Java, right? Java. Next one Scala, right? Next one something is there, Haskell is there, right? Something Haskell. So these are the examples of which one strongly and statically typed languages. Next one, when you come to the weakly and statical type languages. The best examples of C and C++ and dynamically and weakly type languages. In this case, PHP is there, right? Next one, JavaScript and Perl, right? Perl, like this here. Okay. Now, if you observe, so here our Python is there. So where is the Python? Now, Python is a dynamical type language, and also Python is a strongly typed language. Dynamical typed and strongly typed. Dynamical typed means without declaring a variable with a proper data type, you can directly assign the value. That is the dynamical typed. So strongly typed means same type of values only should be. So strongly typed means same type of values only used to perform the addition operations, to perform the any arithmetic operations. Right? So weakly means we can take different types of values to perform the addition operations, subtraction, any operations, arithmetic operations. So statical typed means before using a variable we have to declare a variable with a proper data type. Okay, right.